The silence. Mr. Gray is such a tiny man, a shriveled old fellow who smiles and waves his hands helplessly. He doesn't speak, and he hardly understands anymore, neither me nor anyone else. He has advanced dementia, Alzheimer's. He lies in his hospital bed, smacking his lips, and stares at the TV screen tuned to a channel playing cartoons. I don't know if he likes them, but someone decided this for him, and I see no reason to change the channel. Even the TV's volume is turned down as loud noises upset Mr. Gray. They make him wave his hands more and cry. So, we keep the sound low. During every shift, I check on him. I listen to his chest, poke his belly, examine his legs and back, and inspect his rear for bed sores. Every 2 hours, I tuck a pillow under one side, then the other. I don't call a nursing aide because Mr. Gray is so light that I can turn him in bed by myself. He doesn't resist. He just waves his hands in confusion and sometimes mumbles something unintelligible. But usually, he stays silent, staring intently at my face as if wondering who I am, even though I've been caring for him for 2 weeks now. He has pneumonia, so we're giving him antibiotics, and once he recovers, he'll return to the nursing home he came from. I'm a nursing student, and I'm learning from him. The nurses in the ward trust me enough to care for several patients on my own, including Mr. Gray. I scan his medications with a nurse, I crush them into powder, mix them with applesauce, and feed them to him. At first, I would ask, "How are you, Mr. Gray?" But lately, I just approach quietly and smile. I think he prefers it that way. I bring the spoon with applesauce to his chin, and he opens his mouth. I pour the contents in, spoonful after spoonful, until the little cup of medicine is empty. The nurses in the ward call Gray sweetie, dear, and other such endearments, making a lot of noise around him. To me, it all feels inappropriate. Just 10 years ago, Mr. Gray was a respected man, a prominent businessman. I doubt anyone would have dared call him sweetie back then. Sometimes, when I have free time, I quietly go to see Gray. Something draws me to him. I like tucking in his blanket, but I don't break the silence. Other times, I just stand in the doorway of his hospital room and watch him. He lies quietly in bed or sits in a chair, gazing out the large, floor-to-ceiling window that overlooks the hospital parking lot, the city beyond, and the sky, forever covered in clouds. What are you looking at, Mr. Gray? Do you understand anything about what you see? I wonder. The following week, I went to train in another department, obstetrics and gynecology, 2 floors above where I'd been before. I don't think I'll ever work in such a department, but it's a requirement in the curriculum. Honestly, I'm afraid of taking care of babies. They seem so small and fragile to me. Still, I do what the instructor tells me, tending to mothers and their newborns. Births don't happen often, but one day, one does. I went to witness the event. The delivery room is full of people. Besides the mother, there's a doctor, a young intern, 2 nurses, me, and another nursing student. The father was initially present, but then he felt unwell and left. The room is noisy. The doctor gives instructions. The nurses call out to each other, and they tell me where to stand. Here. No, there. Everything happens surprisingly fast. A tiny human is born into the white world, covered in mucus and blood. Then, something happens to the room. For a moment, silence falls. A strange quiet that looms over us after all the previous commotion. The silence somehow reminds me of Mr. Gray and the quiet in his room. I watch the baby, tightly swaddled in a blanket. The newborn girl waves her little hands helplessly. The silence in the room seems to stretch into eternity, until it's shattered by a scream, a cry. The little girl protests with all her lungs against the silence, announcing to the world at the top of her voice that she is here, now, even if this now is but a fleeting moment in eternity. After the beautiful event, I couldn't contain myself from excitement. I wanted to go to Mr. Gray's room and tell him of the birth of a new life I'd witnessed. The clinical day finally ended, and almost running, I got to the elevator and then to his room. He would understand, I thought, even though he has dementia. I would somehow be able to make him understand the miracle of life. When I looked in, I found Mr. Gray's room empty, his bed tidied up, waiting for another patient. "Where is Mr. Gray?" I asked a nurse passing by. She answered, "Oh dear, how would you know? And we were believing he was getting ready for discharge. He passed away just this morning. Who would have guessed?"